Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power's Daily Report. Today we continue our conversation with Mark Sellis, the author of a terrific new book, The Funnel Principle. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you, Gerhard.
In your book there's a part that's really fascinating, which is you talk about the buy cycle. So you have a new concept. Don't build a traditional sales funnel, build a buy cycle funnel. What are the three elements of a buy cycle funnel?
Really, they would be summarized as follows. First of all, it's a commitment-driven model. That's huge. It's probably the biggest difference between a buy cycle funnel and a traditional funnel. And again, that's because customers go through a buying process and they have to commit as they go through a buying process. So it's very logical.
So if there's no commitment, there's no record.
If no commitment, then the salesperson really doesn't know where the opportunity is. That would be one. Number two would be, to get started, you really need the customer to acknowledge to the salesperson, I have issues, I have a problem, I have a performance gap, I'm not entirely satisfied. The third key is the commit funding stage for two reasons. One, the opportunity is being funded when the customer says, I am prepared to spend money to fix this problem that you've helped me perhaps think about, think through, understand, etc. I say it's no longer choosing to live with the problem, which is a huge deal. The second reason it's a big deal in the commit funding stage is it goes back to the funnel value. Every sales VP, every sales manager wants his or her salespeople to be chasing enough deals, right? And they look at the size of the funnel as an indicator of that. What the buy cycle funnel does with this commit funding stage, it says not until or only until an opportunity has reached that stage can you value the dollar value of that opportunity towards your funnel value and not a stage earlier.
So do you apply certain percentages or probabilities of your chances to close that sale on each stage?
I let the client decide if they want to do that. I have some clients that really like to do that. And I tell them that I have yet to see, frankly, anything that shows that's an accurate way to value your funnel. The key is that, first of all, we've got to start with a buy cycle funnel. That's step number one. Secondly is how do we value what is on our buy cycle funnel? And I think that a better valuation is when that customer has reached a commit funding stage.
But I also imagine if you follow the buy cycle funnel principle that you're actually going to be better prepared for each customer call.
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, people will ask me about the marketing component, and using the buy cycle as a way to align sales and marketing, and really aligning sales activities with the customer buying process. That's a real big value of the buy cycle funnel. A quick example would be a client of mine that was quick to deliver pricing and quotes basically at the request of customers. We got them away from doing that, and they have greatly improved their effectiveness and their qualification, and it's been because of a total change in the way they're looking at this.
So this is really a new mindset, but also a new process. And we're going to continue our conversation with Mark Sellis tomorrow, where we explore the 8 steps that are necessary in order to apply that effectively.